The headlines. UNICEF, WHO back country's malaria elimination efforts with 846,000 doses of malaria vaccine and healthcare support. While Senators allay fears of impeachment, pass vote of confidence on Senate President Senator Godswill Akpabio. Federal government urges riverine communities to relocate amid rising water levels. And INEC sets 6th November 2025 for Anambra governorship election. On the foreign scene, Niger bans food exports to all countries except junta allies Burkina Faso and Mali. While in sports, Bahrain withdraws from World Cup qualifier in Indonesia over safety concerns. Good evening and welcome. I am Chijoke Okafo. And now the news in detail. Nigeria has received 846,000 doses of the groundbreaking malaria vaccine RTS-SAS01, also known as Mosquirix, from global health partners to help reduce the country's high incidence of malaria, particularly among children and vulnerable groups. Now, the vaccine, proven in large clinical trials across Africa, is expected to play a crucial role in reducing malaria-related deaths. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, while disclosing this development in Abuja today, highlighted the importance of the vaccine in Nigeria's malaria elimination efforts. Nigeria becomes the third African country to introduce the vaccine, following Ghana and Kenya. Now, the Executive Director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Muyi Aino, revealed that initial rollout will target Bayelsa and Kebbi states, chosen due to their high malaria burden and logistical challenges. UNICEF's Chief of Health in Nigeria, Dr. Eduardo Salades, highlighted the strengthened healthcare systems and expanded cold chain infrastructure, which have doubled the country's vaccine storage and distribution capabilities in the past year. Meanwhile, WHO representative Mr. Walter Molumbo expressed confidence in the vaccine's potential to save lives, while National Malaria Elimination Program Coordinator Professor Gbenga Mokolu hailed the vaccine as a game changer, but stressed that it must be paired with sustained healthcare investments and public awareness campaigns. The initiative is supported by global partners, including the World Health Organization, UNICEF, and Gavi, which are providing technical and financial assistance. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention has reported a total of 14,237 cholera cases across 35 states and the Federal Capital Territory as of 13th October 2024. The outbreak has resulted in 378 fatalities. Now, NCDC Director General Dr. Jide Idris, at a news conference in Abuja today, highlighted ongoing public health challenge posed by cholera, especially in regions with poor water, sanitation, and hygiene conditions. He emphasized that the most vulnerable populations, particularly children under 5, are disproportionately affected by the outbreak. Dr. Idris noted that there have been 2 significant waves of cholera this year, with the latest surge beginning in late September, coinciding with heavy rains and subsequent flooding. Now, earlier this year, cholera cases were primarily reported in southern states as the rains began there, but there has been a shift to the northern states, which are now seeing a substantial increase in cases. Dr. Idris lamented that the number of suspected cholera cases and deaths in 2024 has more than doubled compared to this time last year. Now, reflecting the severity of the outbreak. In response to the outbreak, the NCDC has deployed rapid response teams and engaged in advocacy visits to affected areas. Collaborative efforts with National Primary Healthcare Development Agency have also led to reactive cholera vaccinations in internally displaced persons camps, contributing to a reduction in reported cases. The NCDC boss therefore urged Nigerians to maintain good personal, food, and environmental hygiene, including regular hand washing with soap and water. He also encouraged individuals to seek medical attention immediately if they experience symptoms of cholera, such as severe diarrhea and vomiting. Moving on, senators have unanimously passed a vote of confidence on the leadership of the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. The assurances of loyalty to the leadership of Akpabio by the senators followed social media reports on Wednesday that some aggrieved senators from the North planned to impeach the Senate President. Raising a point of order on the floor of Thursday's plenary, a former leader of the Senate, Senator Yahaya Abdullahi, drew the attention of his colleagues to a publication which claimed that northern senators were behind the impeachment plot against Senator Akpabio. The senator claimed that such an allegation was a breach of his constitutional rights as a citizen and lawmaker representing KB North. He said the allegation that northern senators were plotting Senator Akpabio's removal has put a dent on his reputation and integrity. Now, Senator Abdullahi said he has never conceived such ideas, adding that he had consulted his colleagues from the North and they expressed shock and disbelief that such had happened.
A senior member of this chamber and also a senior member of the Northern Senators. And I can assure you that there has been no attempt that I know of by any caucus or any group among Northern Senators to bring this code or make any attempt to challenge the legitimacy of your election or to undermine the good work that we have been doing in this Senate. I consider my privilege breached because, Mr. President, I think whoever is bringing this issue want to bring damage among the interpersonal and official relationships among us, your constituents. Both Northern Senators and their colleagues from the South have been working in committees and in this Senate harmoniously. Therefore, any attempt to bring any kind of discord along regional lines in this institution is not going to augur well for either this institution or for this nation at large.
Now, a cross-section passed a confidence vote on the entire leadership of the 10th Senate.
I think it is important for some of us that are probably being seen as the frontliners to say, without consulting my friends, my colleagues from the North, that I move that will enforce a vote of confidence in both you, the Senate President, and the Deputy Senate President, and the entire leadership of the National Assembly in this regard. And I'm very positive that this is the way to go about it. Anybody who wants to create any problem, going out can create it on himself, but not on our behalf. And I tell you, once there is no crisis and it is established to blackmail, blacklist, and make it as if we are against the President of the Senate, it begins that question. So I move that on behalf of Northern Senators, that will vote a vote of confidence in your leadership, that of the Deputy Senate President, and the entire Senate leadership, as we resolve to move as one people. I so move.
I want to join my colleagues as a condemnation as moved by the single Senator Abdul Lili that this Senate do vote a confidence vote in the leadership of the Senate and the entire leadership of the Senate under the Zugu Senator Godswill Akpabio, the common president of the 10th Senate. I so second.
In his remarks, Senator Godswill Akpabio expressed gratitude for the support from his colleagues and assured them of his intention to provide good leadership.
Senator Ningi has moved a motion that a vote of confidence should be passed on the leadership of the Senate, and seconded by the Civil Senator Abbas, this is further amended by the minority leader of the Senate, that it should be the entirety of the Senate and not just Northern senators. And this has also been further seconded by distinguished Senator Sani Musa. In a very humble way, I feel humbled, but I'm obligated to put the question. Those who support that this vote of confidence on the Senate leadership be carried, say aye. Those against, say nay. They are not here. The ayes have it. Let me thank my distinguished senators on behalf of my brothers, the Deputy Senate President, and the leadership, and assure you that the comradeship and the bond existing between us in the 10th Senate will continue. No amount of rumor, no social media will come here to break that bond. I thank you for this, and we are very humbled. The confidence is not misplaced. We will do our best in the coming months and in the coming years to justify the confidence that you have placed in us. Thank you, and may Almighty Allah bless each and every one of you. Amen.
And the federal government has called on riverine communities along rivers Benue and Niger to relocate to higher ground due to the rising water levels caused by continuous rainfall. This warning was issued by Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency today. NIHSA's Director General, Architect Umar Mohammed, advised residents living near the riverbanks to evacuate as water levels in the river Benue have reached critical levels. Makurdi, in particular, has experienced dangerously high water levels, with Lokoja and other nearby areas also approaching flood thresholds. Architect Mohammed explained that water gauge data from key monitoring stations, including Lokoja, Omaisha, Makurdi and Ibi, have consistently shown water levels exceeding 9 meters between 9th and 15th October. Now, this increase has put several flood-prone zones across Nigeria at risk. In an effort to manage the situation, Kainji and Jeba dams are being closely monitored with regulated water releases aimed at reducing downstream flooding along the River Niger. NIHSA boss urged full cooperation with emergency response agencies and advised people in affected areas to relocate to safer zones as the rainfall continues. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has set 6th November 2025 as the date for the governorship election in Anambra State. This was declared by INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu during a meeting with political party leaders today in compliance with the Electoral Act 2022. Professor Yakubu outlined the timeline for election-related activities, starting with the formal notice on 13th November 2024. Political parties are expected to hold their primaries between 20th March and 28th April 2025. Now, the candidates' nomination portal will open on 18th April 2025 and close on 12th May 2025. The final list of candidates will be published on 9th June 2025. Campaigns by political parties are scheduled to begin on 11th June 2025 and will end at midnight on 6th November 2025. Professor Yakubu urged political parties to align their schedules with INEC's timetable to avoid last-minute rushes and ensure smooth planning. In similar development, INEC says it will soon provide details on voter registration, transfer and replacement of lost or damaged permanent voter cards with a detailed timetable made available on the Commission's website and social media platforms. Professor Yakubu also highlighted past INEC activities, including preparations for the upcoming Ondo State governorship election. He noted that INEC had already completed 10 out of 13 scheduled activities for the election, with ongoing efforts to ensure compliance with requirements and facilitate the collection of PVCs. INEC emphasized its commitment to mobilizing registered voters and ensuring a seamless process for PVC collection across Anambra and other states. Well, still keeping up with news in politics, the All Progressives Congress has declared its decision to boycott local government rerun elections in Plateau State, which are scheduled for 19th October 2024. And this was disclosed today through a statement signed by the party's state publicity secretary, Mr. Shitu Bamayi. Mr. Bamayi stated that the APC has instructed its supporters to refrain from participating in the rerun elections. The party's statement emphasized its lack of confidence in the Plateau State Independent Electoral Commission and the state government, citing a perceived disregard for the will of the people and democratic principles. APC criticized PLASEC for describing the previous local government elections as transparent and fair, while now calling for rerun elections in selected wards. The party argued that it would have been more logical to nullify the entire election process, given the numerous complaints from various political parties other than the ruling People's Democratic Party. APC further pointed out that there have been instances where candidates declared winners by PLASEC were not issued certificates of return, preventing their swearing in due to their affiliation with the party. The major opposition party in the state therefore urged its councillorship candidates and supporters in the affected wards to ignore PLASEC's directives and appealed to the citizens of Plateau State to maintain calm and peaceful conduct despite provocations. Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, has urged the newly appointed branch chiefs and air officers commanding to uphold professionalism and lead their commanders or commands to greater heights. Air Marshal Abubakar, speaking at the second biannual Chief of the Air Staff's meeting with branch chiefs and air officers commanding, emphasized need for unity and strategic planning to meet Nigerian Air Force's objectives. Now, Adbn's correspondent Fumilola Ademi has the details.
Nigeria Air Force has continued to experience transition as new tactics and equipment are created to boost operational effectiveness. Chief of Air Staff highlighted induction of 12 aircraft in the past year, with 50 more expected by 2026. He urged officers to push forward with innovative leadership to meet evolving demands of national security.
Our first task in this meeting is to observe, to take stock of our current situation using accurate data and reliable feedback. Once we have gathered all necessary information, the next step is to orient ourselves by aligning the key drivers of my command philosophy with the prevailing challenges and current realities in the field. Now, with a clear understanding of our situation, we move to decide. Decisions reached at this forum must be grounded in sound judgment and a firm grasp of our objectives. Finally, we reach the point where we act. Plans, gentlemen, are only as good as the execution. And once we have charted our course at the end of these 2 days, we must ensure that every institution, directorate, and unit under our command is aligned to the directives we issue from here.
Operational successes in Northwest and South-South regions were acknowledged with a focus on counterinsurgency and anti-oil theft operations. The Air Chief, however, emphasized need for continuous improvement in using air power for national security.
Let us remember that in the heat of battle, victory smiles only on the faces of those that can complete their order loop faster and more effectively than their adversaries.
The 2-day meeting is geared towards enabling in-depth decisions that would lead to far-reaching resolutions to move Nigeria Air Force forward. From Lola Ademi, Adbn News.
Now, the Nigerian Air Force has successfully completed the airlift of relief materials donated by First Lady Senator Remi Tinubu to flood victims in Maiduguri, Borno State. The materials provided under the Renewed Hope agenda were flown from Abuja to Maiduguri on Wednesday using a NAV C-130 aircraft. NAV spokesman Air Commodore Olushola Akimboyewa said the airlift was part of NAF's commitment to supporting civil authorities by providing aid. The relief package included food items, clothing, sanitary essentials, and toys for children aimed at providing comfort to communities affected by the September 10th flood disaster. The relief materials were received in Maiduguri by NAF officers led by the Air Component Commander of Operation Hadinkai. Now, these items were then handed over to the Borno State government for distribution to the flood victims. Air Commodore Akimboyewa emphasized that the mission showcases NAF's dedication to offering timely humanitarian assistance, especially in areas severely affected by natural disasters. Additionally, NAF had earlier launched a medical outreach program and provided food for over 2,000 internally displaced persons during the crisis. Former Governor of Bauchi State, Dr. Isa Yuguda, has expressed confidence that President Bola Tinubu's administration will resolve Nigeria's deep-rooted challenges. Speaking after a forum in Abuja on Thursday, Dr. Yuguda praised the president's policies, especially those in the power sector, calling them a source of hope for the nation. As the chairman of the Board of Trustees of the APC Professional Forum, the former governor emphasized that President Tinubu is on the right path to tackling Nigeria's issues and urged citizens to be patient, allowing time for the reforms to yield results. He acknowledged that despite heavy investments by past administrations, the power sector had seen little success. However, he commended the current administration's efforts to improve power distribution, particularly to vulnerable populations, through interventions, corrections, and incentives. Dr. Yuguda reiterated the party's professional forum's role in keeping the public informed about government achievements, stating that they are duty-bound to inform the public and assure them that the government is indeed working. Now, in related remarks, Special Advisor to the President on Energy, Mrs. Olu Virgin, emphasized the critical role of the oil and gas sector in stabilizing Nigeria's economy. She highlighted the sector's contribution of 90% of the country's foreign exchange earnings and its role in mitigating inflation. She also revealed that $600 million in investment interest was generated in the energy sector in 2023, following President Tinubu's directive to increase gas investment. This, she said, is expected to boost production and make the sector more attractive to investors. Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer Abdullahi Sule, has expressed deep concern over the growing menace of drug abuse in Nigeria, pledging the state's commitment to work with other agencies to combat the issue. He made this known during a two-day national sensitization workshop organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Narcotic Drugs in collaboration with Osjohn's International Services Limited. The event was held in Lafia and had the theme Community Participation and Critical Stakeholders Support as Essential Partners in the Fight Against Drug Peddling, Use and Abuse among Females and Youth in Nigeria. Our correspondent in Lafia, Mary Ojiji, has details.
Governor Sule emphasized his administration's dedication to empowering women and youths through skills acquisition and education as a strategy to curb drug abuse. He also called on fellow governors to join the fight against these societal issues.
The unfortunate involvement of women in drug abuse and trafficking, who traditionally are the conscience and moral compass of the society, play a crucial role in the upbringing and transmission of acceptable values, goals, and aspirations of the younger generation. I therefore challenge our excellencies from the zone that we should all partner in ensuring that we find a way to stop the use of drugs, especially among our youth and women, not only in this zone but in Nigeria. Our administration is poised to changing the narrative of women by empowering and enhancing their capacity through access to education and skill acquisition.
From the House of Representatives, Chairman of the House Committee on Narcotic Drugs, Honorable Abbas Adigun, highlighted the dangerous impact drug abuse has on youths and women, urging for the creation of a drug-free environment.
So we believe there's a lot that we can do together. No one can do it alone. Agents cannot do it alone. So that's why we appeal to every governor of the nation to assist our committee, that we are ready to come to you, and we are ready to talk to your citizens in the state about the drugs abuse, the dangers that are involved. And that is why we need every one of you that is here today, please, when we go back to our domain, let's continue talking to our youth, especially our female, on our research that we do in National Assembly. We even have our housewives that they are on drugs now. This is unacceptable in our country. So we appeal to congregation, people, the pastor in the church, the imam at the mosque, to help us campaign work against drugs abuse in our country.
In their separate remarks, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Hajia Aisha Ibrahim, stressed the role of parents and stakeholders in the fight against drug abuse, while the Commissioner of Health, Dr. Gaza Gwamna, warned about its impact on family stability. The Chief Judge of Nasarawa State, Aisha Bashir Aliyu, called for mothers to take responsibility in guiding their children, while the Emir of Azara, Dr. Kabir Ibrahim, urged the declaration of a state of emergency on drug abuse.
It is important to state that the imperative of sensitizing women and youth to shun narcotics and drug is to enable them grow to be responsible individuals that will be useful to themselves and contribute to national development.
Now we have a more robust mental health unit that is working in collaboration with our teaching hospital, so that we are able to address some of these things at the level of prevention, and when they've already occurred, then we can see how to rehabilitate and to also manage those that have become victims of this drug abuse.
Drug abuse can be largely prevented by you mothers. When the fathers go out to look for sustenance for the family, you are left alone with the care of these children.
We advise the governor, our governor is here, we should assist this committee to ensure that they reach out to other governors, especially in the north. I will call that a state of emergency to be advocated on abuse of injection of narcotics.
Mary Ojiji, ADBN News.
Ilorin Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has secured the conviction of 6 individuals for internet fraud-related offences. The convicts were sentenced by Justices Suleiman Akambi and Adebayo Yusuf of the Kwara State High Court in Ilorin. The convicted individuals include Idris Mohammed, Temitope Mustafa, Oyekola Anthony, Sylvester Stephen, Timilehin Adeni, and Olayiwola Abdul Malik. Now, Justice Akabi sentenced Idris, Ismail, Oyekola, and Anthony to varying jail terms, while Justices Yusuf convicted Timilehin and Olayiwola. The EFCC continues its efforts to clamp down on cyber criminals and ensure that offenders are brought to justice. You're watching ADBN News at 7. Stay with us for more stories after this break.
Welcome to the Niger Delta, a region of incredible beauty and stark contrast. From its breathtaking landscapes to its rich cultural heritage, this is a place where history and modernity collide. But beneath this serene surface lies a story of struggle and resilience. The Niger Delta is the lifeblood of Nigeria's economy, home to vast oil reserves that fuel the nation, yet it is a land where the people fight for their share of the wealth. Join us on the program Niger Delta Today as we explore the heart of the Niger Delta, discover the vibrant cultures, the struggles for environmental justice, and the stories of the people who call this place home. This is the Niger Delta, a land of contrast, a story of resilience, a journey of hope. Don't miss our exclusive series, Niger Delta Today, every day at 12 noon, only on ADBN TV. Witness the untold stories, experience the journey, be part of the change.
No matter wetin I see, enough fit make mouth heavy to talk am. That's now why people they talk.
You know wetin dey worry you, but you no go fit take help yourself.
In this kind of situation now, what if they really no talk to una? Wetin be the way forward?
They go bury our chairman on Thursday. We go remain here.
Make we talk good where we dey see good, and where we know say we not dey see good, make we also dey talk am.
No woman, no mother deserve to know the grave of his child.
The bank manager and the bank executive, they are the one the government should first face.
People They Talk, the show on Monday to Friday by 5 p.m. on top Adbn TV.
In a world of overwhelming voices where everyone has different opinion on different issues, it is important that we bring the core issue to the fore. Join me, Nancy Banigo, on Softline as we lend our voices to inform and influence your thoughts and actions. This is not just mere talk, it is an invocative program that touches the core of our existence.
You're welcome back. Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit is set to return to the country for its 7th edition. This year's hybrid event will take place from 5th to 7th November to 7th at the Presidential Villa. Now, our diplomatic correspondent, Amma Marcus, was at the press briefing held by CEO of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa, where key insights were shared about the upcoming summit. Here's the report.
Chairman and CEO of NIDCAM, Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa, highlighted the importance of the upcoming Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit. She said since inception in 2018, the NDIS has played a crucial role in job creation, innovation, and diversifying Nigeria's economy, impacting key sectors.
Now, by focusing on investments in small businesses, the summit has contributed to job creation, innovation, and the diversification of Nigeria's economic base. Many of these businesses are in sectors such as agriculture, technology, healthcare, manufacturing, and renewable energy, all of which have significant potential to generate sustainable growth. Now, the direct engagement by the diaspora has not only infused much needed capital into the local economy, but has also brought in new skills, knowledge, and global best practices that have strengthened the capacity of local enterprises to compete on a larger scale. And I believe this is very, very significant.
The NIDCAM bus highlighted partnerships through the NDIS that have significantly boosted the Nigerian economy, such as the establishment of a software engineering campus in Nigeria in collaboration with NIDCAM.
So as a result of the engagement with the NDIS, iSTEM Labs Africa is currently exploring a promising partnership with NIDCAM to establish a software engineering campus in Nigeria.
Joining the briefing virtually, Dr. Badewa Adejube Williams, the coordinator of the NDIS, remarked on the summit's proven potential and significance in mobilizing resources that drive economic growth in Nigeria.
We have foreigners who are coming to invest in Nigeria. Don't like that. We don't like that at all. But for majority of investors to be Nigerian, so that the money stays in Nigeria, as opposed to these people taking our products and taking them back to their countries and taking the money back to their countries. So that is why it is critical that we have a critical mass of diaspora Nigerians coming back to Nigeria to invest.
This summit not only strengthens ties between Nigeria and the diaspora, but also paves the way for substantial economic development. Amma Marcus, reporting for Adbn News.
Away from that story, Akwa Ibom State Government has announced 21st October 2024 as date to officially launch the Arise Youth Employment Portal to begin recruitment of unemployed and underemployed citizens of the state. Senior Special Assistant to the State Governor on Information and Communication Technology, Mr. Frank Ekpeyong, during a pre-launch media engagement at Government House Press Center, Uyo, stressed that this system will ensure recruitment of only qualified candidates. Here is ADBN's correspondent, Mary Onyemechi, with the story.
In appreciation for not joining the End Bad Governance protest, Pastor Umar Ino had promised to reward the youths by creating job opportunities using an employment portal. Mr. Frank Ekpeyong, who emphasized the launch of the employment portal, a collaborative effort with the Ministry of Labour and Manpower Planning, said it aims to empower the unemployed, underemployed, and disabled citizens in the state by matching them with opportunities in line with their unique skill sets. He highlighted that the portal also offers financial support to registered individuals by allowing private companies to search, advertise, and hire qualified youths.
The employer would select, this job I'm offering does involve training, and I want the training to be monitored. The system can do that. What do I mean? For example, the guy is turning up, at Dazak to be trained. Some people might turn up for, and just get paid at the end of the month. They don't really attend the training. The system won't allow that. Unfortunately, you need to be there and take attendance using the system so that you could be paid. Something I left out, this is in conjunction with the Ministry of Labour and Manpower Planning. So it means that any payment part, for example, the 50,000 the government is paying 5,000 persons, will be done automatically, will be done digitally. It's not a fiscal cash transfer. So we've used different payment operators to make sure that happens at the background.
To ensure every candidate has a single account, Mr. Ekpeyong stated the verification protocol criteria needed to make one eligible to include national identification number, email, bank details, while assuring candidates that their personal information would be protected.
If you don't meet a certain threshold of attendance, which was set by your employer, you will not be paid. So things like that system, does it and manages it. Then every candidate you'll soon see would have a unique profile number, UPN, randomized alphanumeric number, just to identify you, to use. I should stress here, we do not pay for a private firm. We only pay for government grants using the Ministry of, Labour and Manpower Planning. I should stress that.
In his remarks, the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Ekerete Udo, commended the state governor for prioritizing the well-being of citizens, which he said demonstrates the governor's commitment to ensuring citizens have access to opportunities.
About a week and a half ago, the governor had also, in his statewide broadcast to the people of the state, emphatically stated that the full mechanics of governance would run at full swing. Everything would be done seamlessly. And so far, that has been going on. Governance is moving at full swing, seamless. Everything is on point, even though we are aggrieved. We are in mourning, but the mechanics of governance continues to run seamlessly.
The meeting was attended by the media consultant to the governor, Honorable Anyekan Umana, Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Research and Documentation, Dr. Esian Ndweso, amongst other media aides of the governor. Mary Onyemechi, Adbn News.
Central Bank of Nigeria has recorded a significant increase in foreign remittances, reaching approximately $600 million in the past year through international money transfer operators. This was revealed by CBN Governor Mr. Olayemi Kadoso during a fireside chat at the just concluded Nigeria Economic Summit in Abuja, organized by Nigeria Economic Summit Group. Governor Kadoso noted that remittance volumes have grown substantially since CBN initiated focused policies aimed at enhancing foreign exchange inflows. He highlighted the importance of building robust economic foundations, stating that there is no substitute for the fundamentals of the economy. Now, the governor also addressed the ongoing recapitalization process in the banking sector, expressing optimism that it is progressing in the right direction, with institutions working to raise capital. He underscored CBN's commitment to enhancing and banking supervisions and maintaining financial stability. Mr. Kadoso reaffirmed his vision for strengthening CBN's institutional capacity, focusing on policy development rather than routine operations, and collaborating with development banks like the Bank of Industry to manage future interventions effectively. Jos Electricity Distribution Company has dedicated 76 feeders to the Band A scheme within Jos and its surrounding areas, aimed at improving energy distribution efficiency. JEDC's head of corporate communications, Dr. Elijah Adakole, disclosed this in a statement today, noting that the initiative is part of the company's efforts to enhance the effectiveness of power supply. The distribution company has constituted a 7-member team for each feeder to ensure uninterrupted electricity for customers in line with the Band A schedule. Now, Dr. Adakole urged customers to reciprocate by ensuring full and timely payment of their electricity bills, as partial payments will no longer be accepted. The company plans to implement a feeders management system and bilateral agreements designed to offer consumers consistent high-quality power based on their assigned bands starting from 1st November. Dr. Adakole emphasized that only customers who promptly pay their monthly bills in full will benefit from steady electricity supply under the new scheme. Nigerian Customs Service has intercepted arms and ammunition valued at approximately 10 billion naira in the past 6 years, according to the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi. Speaking at a media briefing, CGC Adeniyi revealed that since 2018, the NCS has confiscated 20 shipments of illegal arms, totaling 10,498 pieces of various arms and 114,929 rounds of ammunition. He described the magnitude of the operations as alarming, noting that criminal gangs behind these smuggling activities are employing increasingly sophisticated methods. The Comptroller General of Customs emphasized that about 60% of seizures were made in the past year alone, with recent haul accounting for 34.67% of total duty paid, valued, and 20.58% of the arms seized, and an astounding 99.62% of ammunition intercepted over the 6-year period. Now, in response, Customs has declared a state of emergency, particularly after significant seizures of restricted goods like pharmaceuticals and medicaments. Mr. Adeniyi outlined strategic operations such as Operation Whirlwind and Operation Swift Sting to combat the smuggling threat. He also raised concerns about the growing illegal wildlife trade, particularly the trafficking of endangered species like pangolins, which has positioned Nigeria as a key transit point in global wildlife trafficking. On a joyous note, President Bola Tinubu has joined Nigerians, people of Ile-Ife, and the global Yoruba community in celebrating the 50th birthday of the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeye Enitan Ogunwusi, CFR, the Ojaja II. President Tinubu, in a statement, praised the Oni's exceptional leadership since ascending the throne at 41, emphasizing his vital role in preserving Yoruba traditions in Ile-Ife, known as the Source. The president lauded Oba Ogunwusi's wisdom, sense of duty, and deep knowledge as both the traditional ruler of Ile-Ife and spiritual leader of the Yoruba people. He also acknowledged the monarch's contributions as co-chairman of the National Council of Traditional Rulers of Nigeria, where he acts as a unifying figure and a staunch advocate for religious tolerance, peace, and national unity. President Tinubu highlighted the Oni's dedication to empowering women and youth through education and entrepreneurship, commending his philanthropy and commitment to uplifting those in need across Nigeria and beyond. He praised the Oba for exemplifying core Yoruba values such as humility, peace, and generosity, while upholding the dignity and integrity of his revered throne. President Tinubu expressed his heartfelt prayers for the continuous success and prosperity of Oba Ogunwusi's reign, which will further benefit the people of Ife and the entire nation at large. Well, an explosion in Durumi area of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, has led to an inferno. Adbn staff Edidione Banga, who witnessed the incidences, recounted a harrowing experience following an explosion at a gas-selling street, said they were home when the explosion was heard. The explosion came from the street where they sell gas and kerosene was engulfed in flames. Now, the flames spread rapidly, affecting nearby buildings and creating a scene of panic. People were throwing sand and water to combat the flames while they waited for help. Now, unfortunately, fire service arrived at about 30 minutes later, and by then the fire had already caused significant damage to several buildings. The chaos drew attention from law enforcement as well to calm the residents. While you're watching ADBN News at 7, stay with us for more stories from the foreign scene after this timeout.
Welcome to the world where innovation meets opportunity, where ideas become empires. This is Market TV.
I am Adrian Flannan, and every week I'll be taking you inside the dynamic world of marketing and commercial business.
From groundbreaking startups to big businesses, Market TV brings you the best pricing and latest goods on display.
It's all about understanding your audience and staying ahead of the trends.
Witness the creative processes that drive the various brands.
Join us as we dive deep into the strategies that shape the commercial landscape. From streets to traditional advertising and social media, we cover it all.
Whether you're a seasoned professional or an aspiring entrepreneur, Market TV provides the insights you need to thrive.
This show gave us the tool to turn our vision into reality.
So, if you're ready to master the market, tune into Market TV every Saturday at 6 p.m.
Step into the heartbeat of the world where news meets real talk. From breakthroughs in diplomacy to humanitarian challenges and scientific milestones, Global Digest takes you beyond the headlines and straight to the heart of the matter. I am Amma Marcus. Be a part of the world's unfolding stories at 3 p.m. on ADBN, channel 258 on DSTV, and Star Times, channel 140. Global Digest, your window to the world's current affairs, only on Advocate Broadcasting Network.
You're welcome back. Turning our attention to the foreign scene now, Niger's military government has imposed a ban on rice, cereals, and other food exports to all countries except its junta-led neighbors, Burkina Faso and Mali. The decision aimed at protecting local food supplies amid rising inflation was disclosed on Wednesday. The banned items include rice, legumes like cowpea, and cereals such as millet, sorghum, and corn. Junta leader Abdurrahman Tiani implemented the ban to ensure that essential goods remain accessible and affordable within Niger. However, the ban does not apply to Mali and Burkina Faso, both of which are also governed by military regimes. Although the West African bloc ECOWAS lifted sanctions on Niger in February after the July 2023 coup, the country has faced ongoing disruptions to its supply chains, contributing to high inflation, particularly for rice. Now, Nigeria's Agricultural Ministry has promised to purchase part of farmers' harvest to build emergency reserves. Additionally, the authorities have revealed a 35% reduction in cement prices to assist flood victims in rebuilding their homes. Elsewhere, United Nations envoy for Western Sahara, Mr. Staffan de Mistura, has suggested the division of the disputed territory between Morocco and the Polisario Front as a potential resolution to the nearly 5-decade-long conflict. The conflict, which has been ongoing since 1975, sees Morocco claiming Western Sahara as its territory, while the Polisario Front, backed by Algeria, advocates for an independent state. During a closed-door briefing to the UN Secretary Council on Wednesday, de Mistura proposed petitioning the region to create an independent state in the southern part of the Western Sahara while integrating the remainder into Morocco with international recognition of Moroccan sovereignty over that portion. However, both Morocco and the Polisario Front rejected the petition proposal as Morocco maintains that the most it can offer is autonomy under its sovereignty, while the Polisario Front insists on a referendum that includes independence as an option. The Mistura, however, cautioned that if no progress is made within 6 months, the UN Secretary General would reconsider the envoy's role. He emphasized the need for Morocco to explain and expand its autonomy plan, which has been described as serious and credible by the UN Security Council. Kenya's Deputy President, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua is reportedly very sick and has been hospitalized, according to his lawyer, Mr. Paul Muite, during an impeachment hearing today. Mr. Gachagua, who was expected to appear before the Senate to defend himself against 11 impeachment charges, failed to attend a session due to his illness. The National Assembly voted past last week to impeach Deputy President, a key figure in President William Ruto's 2022 election victory. However, he has since faced opposition from President Ruto's allies over accusations of disloyalty and controversial public remarks. Lawyer Muite informed the Senate that Mr. Gachagua was very sick and in the hospital, prompting Senate Speaker Amazon Kingi to suspend the hearing, giving Gachagua until 5 p.m. Kenyan time to appear. The Deputy President has previously condemned the impeachment as a political lynching and dismissed the charges as baseless. In sports, Bahrain's national football team has announced it will not participate in a World Cup qualifying match in Indonesia, citing concerns for the team's safety. The Bahrain Football Association reported that players received online death threats from Indonesian fans following a contentious 2-2 draw between the two teams last week. The return fixture is scheduled for March next year in Jakarta, but the BFA has formally requested FIFA to relocate the match to a venue outside Indonesia. So far, neither the Indonesian Football Association nor FIFA has commented on Bahrain's request. And Atletico Madrid will face a reduced punishment following crowd disturbances during last month's Madrid derby. The club's initial 3-game partial stadium closure has been reduced to just 1 game after an appeal to the Appeals Committee of the Royal Spanish Football Federation. Additionally, the committee lowered Atletico's fine from $49,000 to $3,200. The sanctions stemmed from an incident during the 1-1 home draw against Real Madrid on 29 September, when fans threw objects onto the pitch, forcing the referee to temporarily suspend the match for over 15 minutes. Well, that's it on ADBN TV News. Remember to watch us live on DSTV channel 258, on StarTimes channel 140, on Avo TV app, Limex World TV app, and Niger TV app. For more stories, visit our website on www.adbntv.com. You can also watch us live from every part of the world by logging on to www.adbntv.com/live. I am Chijoke Okafo. Many thanks for watching and have a good evening.
ADBN, Advocate Broadcasting Network.
It is Groovy Mono, aka the Steve Prince.
Yo, what's up? It's Big Shags. I'm in London.
Hey guys, I'm Princess Jekoko. My name is Mutale Mwanza, the Queen of Zambian Media.
My name is Grand Prince Aita. Hi guys, my name is Baj Adibule. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
Hello guys, I'm Falagade Banks.
My name is Kelechi Amadiobi, photographer, storyteller.
My name is Nanradi Dura, I'm an actor.
My name is Chidi Mokeme.
Hi, my name is Uche Uba.
It's Turi Season.
I'm Miss Thames.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mamas and papas, I am Jimmy. You can call me The Entertainer.
My name is Esio Dometa. I am an actor and a film producer.
My name is Sadiq Kovana.
Hi. My name is Julius the Genius. I would give a shout out to ADBN.
Big shout out to ADBN TV.
You're watching ADBN.
And you are watching.
Keep watching ADBN TV.
And this is ADBN TV.
And this is a shout out to ADBN TV. Keep watching, don't switch the dial.
Shout out to ADBN. Keep watching, love.
And you are are watching ADBN TV.
Shout out to ADBN TV. I've got one thing for you. Make sure you keep watching ADBN TV.
And shout out to ADBN TV.
Shout out to ADBN TV. Don't touch the dial.
And you're watching
ADBN TV. Keep watching ADBN TV.
And I'm shouting out to ADBN TV.
You're watching ADBN TV.
Keep watching ADBN TV. This is where to be. And you're watching ADBN.
And shout out to
ADBN TV.
And shout out to ADBN TV. Keep watching.
And you're watching ADBN TV.
keep watching ADBN TV.
Right now you are checking out ADBN TV. One time.
ADBN. Keep watching. I love you and kisses.
Keep watching ADBN.
And a special shout out to ADBN. Keep doing what you're doing, guys.
Please don't touch that dial.
Stay groovy.
Mwah.
Hey, Bobby.
Ha!
It's a shout out to ADBN.
ADBN, Advocate Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to the Niger Delta, a region of incredible beauty and stark contrast. From its breathtaking landscapes to its rich cultural heritage, this is a place where history and modernity collide. But beneath this serene surface lies a story of struggle and resilience. The Niger Delta is the lifeblood of Nigeria's economy, home to vast oil reserves that fuel the nation, yet it is a land where the people fight for their share of the wealth. Join us on the program Niger Delta Today as we explore the heart of the Niger Delta, discover the vibrant cultures, the struggles for environmental justice, and the stories of the people who call this place home. This is the Niger Delta, a land of contrast, a story of resilience, a journey of hope. Don't miss our exclusive series, Niger Delta Today, every day at 12 noon, only on ADBN TV. Witness the untold stories, experience the journey, be part of the change.
Welcome to the world where innovation meets opportunity, where ideas become empires. This is Market TV.
I am Idorian Flannan, and every week I'll be taking you inside the dynamic world of marketing and commercial business.
From groundbreaking startups to big businesses, Market TV brings you the best pricing and latest goods on display.
It's all about understanding your audience and staying ahead of the trends.
Witness the creative processes that drive the various brands.
Join us as we dive deep into the strategies that shape the commercial landscape. From streets to traditional advertising and social media, we cover it all.
Whether you're a seasoned professional or an aspiring entrepreneur, Market TV provides the insights you need to thrive.
This show gave us the tool to turn our vision into reality.
So, if you're ready to master the market, tune into Market TV every Saturday at 6 p.m.
In a world of overwhelming voices where everyone has different opinion on different issues, it is important that we bring the core issue to the fore. Join me, Nancy Banigo, on Softline as we lend our voices to inform.
ADBN, Advocate Broadcasting Network.
Grid collapse or national grid failures, where it has been a consistent reoccurrence in the country. Also coming at a time when Nigerians continue to grapple with an ever-increasing tariff hike in the cost of electricity, which analysts say has shot up by about 400% in the last 8 months. We're currently being joined from your studios now by from Abuja by Mr. Kunle Kola Olubio, who is the president, Nigeria Consumer Protection Network. Hello and good morning, Mr. Kunle. Are you on the line?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on Morning Express.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's quickly delve into matters. I believe I speak for a majority of Nigerians when I say Nigerians are not happy with the consistent power grid collapse, especially when they continue to groan over the increase in tariff price.
Well, thank you very much. Like you have said, there is an increase in tariff price, particularly the band segmentation of customers into band A, band B, and what have you. But sadly, the increase in tariff price have not been measured with commensurate level of improvement in service delivery. Each band has some hours of supply attached to them, and sadly, the customers or end users